Hey guys, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a really cool video and it is going to be my June wrap up. So this month I didn't read as much as I normally do, but I am proud of myself because I was planning on taking a little bit of a break because like last month I was finishing up school and doing graduation and everything. So I took a break last month. I took a little bit of a break this month. Next month, y'all got to be prepared for that because it's going to be a lot of books and it's going to be fun. But this month I read a total of 9 books, which I'm really happy about. I think majority of them were 4 stars, if not more, but we'll just go ahead and get right into this wrap up. So the first book that I read this month, I started on May 30th. I ended up finishing it on June 2nd, and it was a 5-star read, and that is Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. This is book 2 in the Bellinger Sister series. This is about Hannah and Fox, and Hannah is Piper's little sister, and Fox is Brandon, whatever, best friend. So this was super cute. I really loved this. I actually liked this book more than I liked the first one, and I really liked the first one. And I cannot wait for the movie adaptation for both of these books. It's going to be super cool and super fun, and I can't wait for it. So this was the first book that I ended up finishing this month, and overall it was a great read. Super light, super fluffy, and I wish there was more to the series, but I really enjoyed it. So that was the first book of the month. Following that, I ended up reading Lilac by B.B. Reed. This is a reverse harem. I started this on June 3rd, ended it on June 7th. I listened to the audiobook of this, and the audiobook narrators just made this story. It was so good. Teddy Hamilton is one of my favorite narrators, and he was in this book. I believe he voiced Lauren, so that was really cool. There was 4 different narrators for this one, and Teddy Hamilton is one of my favorites. So I ended up giving this book 5 stars. If you have not read this, you need to be getting on it because it is so good. This is about Braxton, and she is what the world says is the luckiest girl alive because she becomes the new lead guitarist of this band that is very popular. And so you've got 3 different guys in this story, and it's just really good. So this is it's got Braxton, and then Lauren, Houston, and Rich, or Jericho. They all call him Rich, but overall, this was a super good book, and I absolutely loved it. I am also meeting B.B. Reed. I believe when this video goes live, I'm meeting B.B. Reed on the 8th of July, so I believe that is when this video is going live, and I'm super excited. I cannot wait to get this book signed and just talk to her a little bit about the writing process of this book. It was so good, and I cannot wait to read it. While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and put my sticky note in here on the page that I want her to sign, so we are all set up and ready for that. But overall, I'm super excited to get this signed and talk to the author. But another 5-star read. It was so cute, and I loved it. All right, the next, I believe, 2 books. Yes, the next 2 books I read in the month of June were both graphic novels, and that was Heartstopper Volume 1 and Volume 2 by Alice Oseman. I gave both of these 4 stars. They're very cute, very coming of age. I am waiting on Volume 3 to get here. It is literally sold out everywhere, and so I had to buy it off Amazon from a third-party vendor, so we'll see. It says it's supposed to be here on Friday, July 8th, the day that this is going out, so I'm hoping it's going to get here and I can continue on with the series because, like I said, it is a cute little series, and I want to be able to watch the adaptation on Netflix after I've read all of these. So I'm waiting for it. I have Volume 4. I just do not have Volume 3. And if you have not read these, this is about Nick and Charlie. And I believe it's Charlie that is having a hard time coming to terms with his sexuality, I believe, or it might be Nick. I'm not, like, I always forget who's who in this. No, it's Nick. Sorry. Nick is coming to terms with his sexuality as being bisexual, and Charlie is just there for him, and it's very cute, and I love it. And it does have a very realistic coming out to parents at the end of this, and I thought it was very cute. I think these are very important for anybody who's a teenager who goes through something like this. I myself have not gone through anything like this because I am not bisexual or gay in any way, but I do have a lot of friends that went through this, and I was there for them while they were telling their parents as moral support. So to me, a lot of the things that happen in this story as far as like parents' acceptance and stuff, I can attest to because I was a witness to it. So it's very cute, and I can't wait to get volume 3. I can't get here fast enough, let me tell you. And by the way, I read both of these in a day. So I read Heartstopper volume 1 on June 7th and finished it on June 7th, and then Heartstopper volume 2 on June 8th. So very good, and I loved it so much. And like I said, volume 3 needs to get here so I can finish up the rest of the series. Alright, after that I ended up reading a adult romance and catching up with a series that is currently out, and I just needed to read the 3rd book. The 4th book doesn't come out until fall of 2023, so there's that to look forward to. But I am talking about The Touch of Malice by Scarlett St. Clair. I started this on June 7th, ended it on June 10th. I ended up giving it 4 stars purely on the fact that this ends on a cliffhanger, and you don't know what's going to happen, and it's going to take a full freaking year to get to it. So yes, I have a lot of things to say, but I'm not going to say it because this is a 3rd in the series. Don't want to spoil anything. But I will say that I did like Persephone a little bit more in this novel compared to the first 2. She started growing on me a little bit. So anyway, another author that I will be seeing at the Book Bonanza this week is Scarlett St. Clair, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I love all of her writing that she has out so far, and I think I'm gonna have some things to say about her, or to her, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So overall, great read, and cannot wait for the next book to come out. Alrighty, the next book that I read is a bit of a chunky one, and I didn't think I was going to read this book this month. However, I just went ahead and bit the bullet, and that is A Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This was a 5-star read for me. This is the first in a series, but it's also like a companion. So this is the first book in a Flesh and Fire series, but it is like the 4th book in the whole like From Blood and Ash. So you are supposed to read the first 3 in the Blood of Ash series, then read this one, and then read A War of Two Queens, and then read the 2nd book. I think it's called A Light in the Flame. That comes out later this year. And then read the 2nd one after A War of Two Queens. So I just finished this. I only have A War of Two Queens left, and I did listen to this on the audio version, and it was still very good. 5 stars. It was very captivating. I loved how the narrator was able to capture different voice inflections, and it was just very good. Overall 5 stars. I started this on June 14th, ended it on June 17th, and cannot wait to read more of Sarah and Niktos' story, because there's not much in here, and there's like 2 spicy scenes, and I need more of Sarah and Niktos. So we'll see once that comes out, but overall 5-star read. Next on my little wrap up here is The Love by Hypothesis by Ellie Hazelwood. This is a standalone, I believe. I started this on June 16th, ended it on June 20th. This is about 2 scientists. It's very much a, what did they say? It's a fan fiction of Kylo Ren and Rey from Star Wars. I'm not a big Star Wars person, so if I said their names wrong, I'm sorry. If I got their names wrong, I'm sorry. But I know their ship name is Reylo. So I know one's Rey, and then I think it's Kylo. Kylo Ren. I don't know. Anyway, so I believe this like Adam Driver fan fiction, and anywho, it's very cute. I ended up giving this book 4 stars. This is a very clean romance. There are like, I think there's only like 1 or 2 sex scenes in this book, and I didn't mind it, to be honest. Like, the story was captivating and it wasn't boring, so I didn't mind that there wasn't a lot of sexy times in it. As long as the book can keep my attention, I don't need to have a lot of spicy stuff in it. So overall, very cute. I ended up giving this 4 stars and would highly recommend this to anybody. I also will say that there are trigger warnings for assault in here, so just beware of that, as well as dubious consent as far as like kissing goes. So just be aware of that. Very cute, and I highly recommend it. Alrighty, we're getting down to the last couple. The next book I ended up reading, I started and finished it in the same day. I was listening to it on audiobook, and I know this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but I read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I listened to the audiobook version of this. I thought it was very wonderful. I only gave this 4 stars. Now look, I know a lot of people love this series, or love this book, and I can see why. It's a very important topic about LGBTQ and the early 1900s, like 1950s or mid to late 1900s. So 1950s, 1960s, and being an LGBTQ person in that time frame. I can see why a lot of people loved this. I am not a person that likes to read a lot of sapphic romances. It's just not my thing, but I did think that this was very well done, and I think that a lot of people need to read this. I would recommend this to a lot of people, just solely on the fact that it's an excellent read. The writing style is very well done. It's very tasteful. The spicy scenes aren't very graphic, and it's nice. It's a wonderful book, and I cannot wait for the movie to come out. I am very much looking forward to it. I'm not entirely sure if it's a movie or a mini series, but I think it was picked up by Hulu. I may be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but overall this was a very good book, and I highly recommend it to anybody who is dealing with LGBTQ and anybody who is having a hard time with their sexuality. This, I feel, was very well done, and overall highly enjoyed it. I just didn't love it as much as a lot of people did. So overall, very good historical fiction, and it does talk about a lot of things. So do check trigger warnings before reading this, because they do talk about physicians assisted suicide, as well as sexual assault and domestic violence. So be aware of that, please. And then the last book I read for the month of June, I believe. Yes, the last book I read for the month of June. I started it on June 23rd. I ended it on June 24th, and that is Wicked Beauty by Katie Robert, and I absolutely freaking loved this book. It's a 5 stars for me. I love like triads. They're like one of my favorite tropes to have in a book, and this is Achilles, Patroclus, and Helen of Troy-esque type triangle. This is in continuation with Neon Gods and Electric Idol, so you will have to read those 2 before you get to this. However, out of all 3, this is my favorite so far. I am excited to get to Apollo's book that comes out next year, I believe, early 2023. I think it's actually on my mom's birthday. I think that has the, yeah, it has the little sneak peek in the back has the release date, and that is February 7th. So that is my mom's birthday, and I will be getting Radiant Sin. I'm very excited for it. Like I said, this is about Achilles, Patroclus, and Helen, and they are all in a tournament to become the next Ares, and it goes from there. It's very good. I very much loved it and enjoyed it, and I recommend this series to everyone. Dark Olympus was so good, but please be aware it does have spice, and a lot of it. It has alpha male It has bratty submissive. It has male male, as well as male female male, and a lot of other things in it. So please make sure you check trigger warnings. This also does deal with a lot of like fighting, and it's male on female fighting, so just be aware of that, that there is some warrior-esque type scenes in this book. But it was so good. I really enjoyed it. That was the last book I read for the month of June. I did take a week off. I took the whole last week of June off from completing any books. I have started like 4, and I have since read 2 books for the month of July, and it's only the 4th. It is July 4th. Happy 4th of July, y'all. I have the day off, so I'm just sitting here and filming some stuff and getting everything prepared for Book Bonanza. That is today. I'm super excited. The day that you're watching this is the day that Book Bonanza is happening. So I'm really excited for that. But that's all, you guys. I read 9 books this month. This stock is smaller than I wanted it to be, but that is okay. I have a lot of books planned for the month of July. I think I have a total of 18 books on that list, and 2 are already completed. So I'm hoping to read at least another 4, maybe 5 books this week, and hopefully get all of those books that I have on my TBR done. So with that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. My social media links are listed in the description box below. If you have any book recommendations, or if you read any of these books, please let me know what you guys thought about them, and I will see you guys in my next video.